Hello, good people. Welcome to the Fresh Talks. I am your host, Themba Prince Sumbane, and this is a short 10-minute episode that I'll be sharing with you guys every Sunday. You can also find our full episodes featuring amazing guests on YouTube at the Fresh Prince of Talk podcast, and do subscribe so you can be notified whenever a new episode drops. But for now, let's get into today's talk. Today we are talking about being at home, staying grounded, and learning how to slow down in a world that constantly tells us to rush. A lot of people don't realize how disconnected we've become from ourselves. We wake up already anxious, already checking notifications, already worried about what needs to happen next. And before the day even begins, your nervous system is already overwhelmed. We've become so used to functioning in survival mode that calmness almost feels unfamiliar. Silence feels strange. Rest feels lazy. Doing nothing feels unproductive. And that's why being at home matters so much. Right? Not just physically being at home, but emotionally feeling at home within yourself. Because home is supposed to be a place where your body can breathe, a place where you don't have to perform, a place where you don't have to constantly prove yourself, a place where your nervous system can stop fighting. Right? And honestly, a lot of us have forgotten what that feels like. We rush through everything. Like when I say everything, I mean everything. You wake up rushing, bath quickly, eat quickly, reply to messages quickly, go to work, come back tired, sleep late, wake up exhausted again. And after a while, your body starts believing that life is supposed to feel stressful all the time. Right? Even when nothing bad is happening. That's the thing about constantly being in a rush, honestly. Like, your body cannot tell the difference between pressure and danger. So when you live every day rushing, overthinking, panicking, multitasking, your nervous system starts reacting as if life is always an emergency. And a lot of people are not tired because they're lazy, but because their bodies have been tense for too long. You know what's crazy? Sometimes we are doing 5 things at once and calling it productivity. Eating while answering emails, bathing while thinking about work, watching TV while scrolling on your phone, trying to rest while feeling guilty for resting. Your body is physically still, but mentally, you are running. And that constant mental rushing slowly disconnects you from the present moment. That's why grounding yourself matters. Sometimes grounding yourself is doing one thing at a time. Just eating, just bathing, just resting, just sitting in silence without needing stimulation every second. And I know slowing down can feel uncomfortable at first because many of us are used to chaos, honestly. Some people only feel productive when they are overwhelmed. Some people only feel valuable when they're busy. And, but constantly rushing is not living, honestly. It's surviving. And eventually, your body will force you to slow down one way or another through exhaustion, burnout, anxiety, emotional shutdown, lack of motivation as well. Like, your body keeps score, honestly. And sometimes the most healing thing you can do is simply staying at home and reconnect with yourself again. Not every weekend needs noise. Not every moment needs people. Not every silence needs feeling. Sometimes you need to hear yourself again. I also think being at home teaches you a lot about who you really are. Because when the distraction disappears, when the outside noise becomes quiet, you finally meet yourself. And that can be uncomfortable. A lot of people avoid being alone because they're afraid of their own thoughts, afraid of their emotions, afraid of their feelings, afraid of realizing how overwhelmed they actually are. But healing usually begins the moment you start running from yourself. And another important thing is learning to keep reintroducing yourself to yourself. Because people change, and life changes us. Things like pain also changes you. Healing changes us. Growth changes us. And sometimes we keep trying to force ourselves to be old versions of who we used to be. Maybe you don't enjoy the same things anymore. Maybe your energy is different now. Maybe your priorities changed. Maybe you need more peace now. That doesn't mean something is wrong with you, honestly. I only think it just means you are evolving. And I think many people walk around constantly, especially in today's world where everyone is comparing themselves to everyone online. People feel guilty for resting, guilty for slowing down, guilty for needing space. But needing rest is human. Wanting peace amongst all things, wanting softness in a harsh world, that's being human. You're not weak because your body is asking you to slow down. Sometimes your nervous system is simply tired of carrying too much. Another thing that really affects our nervous system is constantly panicking about things we cannot control. Like, you are late and there's traffic. You can't control that. Delays. People not replying on time. Things not going according to plan. A lot of us live in constant tension because we feel everything needs to happen perfectly and on time all the time. And the moment something goes wrong, our body immediately reacts with stress. Your heart starts racing. You become irritated. You overthink. You feel guilty. You start speaking harshly about yourself. But sometimes, not sometimes, all the time, traffic is just traffic, eh? Sometimes delays happen. Sometimes life moves differently from the schedule you created in your mind. And learning to let certain things be is one of the healthiest things you can do for your nervous system. Because not everything needs panic. Not everything needs urgency. You don't have to carry stress for things you can't control in the moment. Like, if you're already in traffic, breathe. If you're running late, communicate and move safely. If things are out of your control, stop punishing yourself emotionally for it. Because the truth is, many people are emotionally exhausted from fighting things they cannot control, right? And that pressure slowly turns into anxiety, and your nervous system remembers how you treat yourself during stressful moments. So if every inconvenience becomes panic, your body learns that life is unsafe. That's why slowing down matters. That's why grounding yourself at home matters so much. Because home really, it should teach your body safety again, not more pressure. Home should remind you that you are allowed to rest. You are allowed to pause. Allowed to exist without constantly proving your worth. And honestly, there's power in simple moments, like making tea slowly, cleaning your room, opening windows in the morning, listening to music while cooking, taking a proper bath, sitting outside quietly. Those small moments matter more than people think. That's actually what grounding looks like sometimes. Not a luxury vacation, a perfect life. Just peace. Just presence. Just breathing without feeling rushed. And I really want people listening to this to understand this. You do not have to earn rest. You do not have to destroy yourself to deserve success. And life does not need to look chaotic to be meaningful, honestly. Some of the healthiest people are the ones who learned how to slow down. The ones who stopped treating every day like an emergency. The ones who learned to protect their peace. And protecting your peace sometimes means accepting that life will not always move perfectly. Plans will change. People will disappoint you. Things will delay. Some days will feel messy. And you know what? That's okay, honestly. You are still allowed to breathe through it. You are still allowed to be gentle with yourself, because no one will. You are still allowed to say things like, I've done what I can. The rest is out of my hands. And I refuse to destroy my peace over things I cannot control. That mindset changes everything. Because peace is not found in controlling life, honestly, if we are being real. Peace is found in learning how to move through life without constantly abandoning yourself. And if you've been feeling overwhelmed lately, if you've been feeling emotionally tired, if your mind has been racing non-stop, maybe this is a reminder to slow down, stay home sometimes, rest properly, reconnect with yourself. Do one thing at a time. Breathe deeply. Speak kinder to yourself. Your nervous system deserves safety too. And thank you so much for listening to the episode of The Fresh Talks. Take care of yourself, protect your peace. And remember, slowing down is not failure. Sometimes slowing down is healing. I'll catch you guys next Sunday.